Hello students, welcome to Networking Lab class. This is for 4th semester IT students. On today class we will be discuss about routing and switching and how to configure the modem, router and network switch. So let's start. Routing and switching. Routing and switching are two vital parts of any computer network. A switch is a piece of hardware that connects devices on a network, directing communication traffic within the network as terminals and hardware devices send data to one another. So routing is the part of the network protocol that directs individual packets of data to the right destination. So some principal terms are there. Bridge, a connection between two or more networks or segments of a single network that allows the computers in each network or segment to communicate with one another. Then firewall, a virtual barrier that filters traffic as it entered and leaves the internal network, protecting internal resources from attack by the external sources. Then is your gateway, a device capable of joining one network to another that has different protocols. Then your node, any point on a computer network where communication pathways intersect are redistributed or end. And your packet forwarding means the transfer of packet or unit of data from one network node to another until it reaches its destination. Then what is that? Packet switching. It is a method of transmitting data over a network by breaking it up into units called packets, which are sent from nodes to nodes along the network until they reach their destination and are reassembled. Okay, now go for what is that? Routing. So routing is the method by which a packet of data is transmitted to its destination. Okay, and in computer networks, routing is accomplished by packet switching. This term describes how packets of data are moved from one node to another in a network. And a network is made up of multiple nodes, which can be devices such as printer or computers. Nodes can also be network hardware such as switches, which direct the network traffic. These devices communicate with each other by sending messages over the network, and each message is divided into units of data, that is called packets, and which are sent across the network individually and then reassembled once they all reach their destination. And each packet may take a different path to reach the destination, because when a packet reaches a node, it is forwarded to another node based on the state of the network at that instant, and this is called packet forwarding. Okay, so as for routing, we will be discuss about network switch versus router. Okay, so basically on physically whenever we are working, we should got the idea about what is the major distinguish versus your network switch along with your router. Okay, so see, network switch and router are both computer network devices. Okay, from the beginning we know that these two devices, means your network switch and routers, are both computer networking devices, and it allow one or more computers to be connected to other computers and network devices or to other networks also, while switch allows network devices on one network to communicate and router allows different network to communicate. Okay, So clarify this point. Switch allows different devices on one network to communicate, and router allows different network to communicate. Actually, a switch created networks while a router connects to the network. Okay, so router is connecting to a specific network. After that, the switches create one network. So when you create a network by using switch, that switch network can be connected by whom? By the router. By the way, routers can be used in LAN, WAN, MAN because they have both WAN and LAN port, while switch can only be used in LANs. In addition, a router uses IP address for data transmission, while a network switch uses the MAC address. A network switch is used to connect multiple devices such as computers, printers, IP camera and modem on the same network within the building. In this way, these devices can share information and communicate with each other. Whereas a router is connected to a modem at one side and many other devices on the other side, because the modem will only talk to the first computer that talks to it. The router at the position serves like a dispatcher to share the connection among all your devices. This enables all connected computers to share one single internet connection. Okay, so here we got the idea about switch, router. Now go for the modem. So basically all of you know what is modem. Okay, so modem is what? One type of modulator and demodulator. It's a communication device. Okay, so it is a hardware component that allows a computer or another device such as a router, switch to connect to the internet. Okay, so if we need the internet connection, so positively we should access with the modem because it's a modulator and demodulator and it's a communication device. And the next nature of job is it convert or modulate an analog signal from a telephone or cable wire to digital signal or digital data that a computer can recognize it. Similarly, it convert the digital data from a computer or other device into an analog signal that can be sent over standard telephone lines. Okay, so now go for the picture. Now see, before going to discuss about the configuration of your modem, router, switch, now see this picture. Like such a manner, the internet is access to the TV, recorder, game machine, hard disk, PC and server also. Okay, so here the internet is there. The ISP is providing the internet. It passed to your modem. Modem is passing the signal to the router. From router directly we can connect to the switch because we need one small network for more than 4 computers. Okay, so for this case we are using the network switch. Here all the systems are getting connected along with other network resources devices, just like your we can share with your hard disk, game machine, recorder and TV also. Okay, now see configuring modem, router and switch. So first of all is how to install a modem for your home or workspace internet. If you want to have a Wi-Fi connection, and you will need to buy a router and connect the modem to the router as well. Okay, so some steps are there. Now check the steps. Make sure that your modem will work with your internet subscription. While rare, some modem encounter issues when paired with a specific internet company. Find your room cable output. There will be cable connected to the cable outlet. Okay, so where you have to place, you have to find out the outlet cable. Decide the place to mount the modem. You need to have a power outlet nearby. Okay, then make sure that you have all of the required cables. A modem generally required a coaxial cable to connect to the cable output as well as a power cable to connect to an electrical outlet. Both of these cables should come with a modem. So if you plan on attaching the modem to a router, you will also need a Ethernet cable also, which is also pronounced as RJ45 cable. Okay. Read your modem user manual instruction. So before installing, you can read the modem manual instruction, and these are the components are there, just like your coaxial cable, Ethernet cable, and your adapter or power cable. Okay. Attach one end of the coaxial cable to the cable output. The coaxial cable has a connection that reassembled a needle on each end. This will plug into the cable output. Make sure that you screw the coaxial cable onto the cable outlet to ensure that the connection is solid. Okay, so here you have to fix it up. The coaxial cable you have to fix it up. Then attach the other end of your cable to the input on your modem. On the back of the modem, you should see an input that reassembles the cable output cylinder. Attach the free end of the coaxial cable to this input, making sure to tighten and needed. Okay, so here you have to fix it. After that, plug your modem power cable into an electrical outlet. Here only you have to plug in. Insert the modem power cable's free end to the modem. You will usually find the power cable input port at the bottom of the back of the modem. Okay. Place your modem in its spot. With the cable attached, gently move your modem into its designed position. Then attach the modem to a router. If you have a Wi-Fi router that you want to use in conjunction with your modem, plug one end of an Ethernet cable into the square port on the back of the modem, then plug the other end into the internet. So similarly labeled and square port on the back of the router. As long as the router is plugged into a power source, the router should immediately light up. Give your modem and router a few minutes to boot up itself before attempting to connect to the Wi-Fi. Okay. So you can also connect your computer directly to your modem via your Ethernet if you have an Ethernet port enabled computer. So this is the way how you are configuring your modem. Okay. Now depend upon subscription, just like if you are getting facilitated with your internet connection from your BSNL. So how you have to set up that one. Okay. So how to configuring the BSNL DSL W200SY wireless modem. Okay. So previously I discussed the basic thing. Now practically if you got the idea about how to make configuring the BSNL and DSL modem, then what is the steps we have to follow. Now see this picture. The main line from telephone pole will go to a small device that is called ADSL splitter. Okay, this one. And the splitter has one input, that is main telephone line, and two output. One is for phone and other is for the modem. Okay, one is for phone and another one is for modem. You need to connect an RJ11 cable coming out from the splitter phone port to your telephone and from splitter modem port to the ADSL modem. Now connect to the one end of RJ45 cable to one of the LAN port of your modem and another end to your PC or laptop. Okay, see this picture, like such a manner you have to power in, then you have to get connected. So here the RJ11 is there, and for your system you need the RJ45 Ethernet cable. Now for the second step, manually assign your IP to your PC. Okay, for your system you have to set the IP. So how you should set? Now this step is not absolutely necessary for every ADSL modem, but this particular modem of BSNL has a legacy of not being able to provide IP dynamically to its connected device. So it is always a good practice to assign IP manually to your PC or laptop before using to do it. So first one is go for your control panel, then inside your control panel you have to select the network and internet option, where you have to select the network and sharing center, change the adapter setting. Okay, then after right click on your Ethernet, local area connection is there, whatever it appears. Okay, on my laptop it is showing the Ethernet and someone else's it might be local area connection. After right clicking on it, it select the properties. Now select the internet protocol version 4 TCP IP v4. So v4 v6 are there, you have to select v4 and then click on properties. Here you need to provide the IP address manually. Okay, so follow the step, put it on your PC accordingly. Once you are done putting the IP, click in OK. Okay, so like such a manner the manual IP configuration is there, and your this one is your manual automatically IP and this one is your manual IP. Okay, so go for the manual IP where you have to set the IP address 192.168 just like your 1.1. Okay, and some, or here as for example it is written that 12, 1.12 is there, your series is 1, subnet mask is written, gateway is written, and DNS server is there, and alternate DNS address is this one. Okay, after this, now if you are connecting more than one PC, okay, so for that what to do? So for that, after assigning the IP, we will now put your broadband user ID and password in the modem. Okay, then you can assign any IP to your PC laptop ranging from this one to this one. Means what? 192.168 1.12 is there, or I can assign 13, 14, 15 like such a manner, and it extend up to 1.254 also. Okay, but don't remember one thing, that is nothing but don't repeat the IP address for the systems. Okay, so suppose think about one IP is assigned for a one system as 192.168.1.12. For the next machine, if I am writing that same IP, that is 192.168.1.12, that is conflict to each other. Okay, so that's why please do remember the fact that you cannot assign the same IP to two devices. If I put in simple, assign one unique IP to each connected PC or laptop, otherwise the IP must be conflict with each other. Okay, so for the first laptop you are setting like such a manner, for the second laptop this one is there, for the third PC or laptop this one is there, 12, 13, 14, but your subnet mask, gateway, DNS and secondary DNS are same for all the systems. Clear? Then go for your configuring your modem. Okay, so for modem, first you have to type 192.168.1.1 from your PC browser. Means first you have to open Google Chrome or Mozilla Firefox or Internet Explorer. Okay, then on the address bar you have to type this one 192.168.1.1. Okay, after that it will ask for the username and your password. This one, this screen will be displayed. So here you have to write the username and your password as admin and admin, then press enter or login. After this you will be getting the status page. Okay, so here you will be getting the detailed status about your modem. Then after, now click on the interface setup and then on the internet. Okay, interface setup is there, this one. Here you need to select the ISP as your triple P OA or triple P OE. Okay, now BPI 0 and BCI 35 and fill the service name as BSNL. Okay, then username is there, you have to type the username and the password. That means this username will be your broadband user ID and it is provided by whom? By the BSNL, and the password is also provided by the BSNL also. So after entering all these things you have to click on save. Okay, So here VPI is there, VCI 35 is there, okay, and here the ISP is there. You have to select this one. Then your username is there and password, and these two are, and service provider is there, BSNL is there, okay, and be remember this username and password is given by your ISP, so you have to write down here. After this, the Wi-Fi setup, okay. To set up your Wi-Fi, click on wireless, okay, then check the access point activated, okay, this one is activated. Then SSID, put any name here. As per SSID you have to put any name, okay. Then this will be your Wi-Fi access point name. List of Wi-Fi names are there, okay. Now authentication type is there, that is your WPA, PSK, WPA2 or PSK is there. As per authentication, encryption is there, you have to specify the encryption. Pre-shared key is there, this will be your Wi-Fi password, okay. Then your wireless MAC address filter is there, that should be deactivated. And now click on save button and close the browser, okay. So here only you should fix your set up your modem, okay. After configuring your modem, now go for the configuration of your router, okay. So how to configure router setting? Accessing your router, first go to your setting and click on network and internet option, then select the view your network properties. You should see the default gateway and number besides it. This number is your router IP address. Type this address into your web browsers and search bar, and a login and welcome page should be displayed, okay. Already this one is discussed. From this point you will need to log into the administrator, and admin info should be on the back of your router, okay. Then changing of router login information. So suppose if you want to change the router login info, then the procedure is access your router setting by inputting your router IP address into your browser, okay. This one is there. Then login with router username and password. Visit setting and click on change router password. Then input your chosen password, okay, and save the settings. And be remember that a strong password should have at least 8-digit characters, and features letters are there, numbers are there, and it should be adding with your special characters, okay. Now next is your changing of router IP address. If you want to change the router IP address, then what to do? And this is for your D-Link router, okay. Access your router setting by inputting your router IP address into your browser. Then log in with router username and your password. Then already you know that the username and password is assigned, so be remember that one, you have to type it. After that, go for the setting option, then click on network setting. Then type in the new IP address under router setting, okay. After typing, you save the changes. Note, you won't be able to use the old IP address to access your router setting anymore, okay. After changing, the new one is assigned. Then after, how to change the SSID. Access your router setting by inputting your router IP address into your browser. Log in with router username and your password. Then visit the setup and click on wireless setting. Then go for input your new SSID and save the new setting. Then you will have to wait for a router to restart, okay. So after router is restart, it becomes changed. Then configuring guest Wi-Fi and multi SSID. These following instructions are based on Netgear router setting, okay. But again the process will be the similar for other router types, okay. Same thing is there. Access your router setting by inputting your router IP address into the browser. Log in with router username and your password. Visit guest network and make sure the enable SSID broadcast is there and the checkbox is to be ticked. and name the guest network and select a security option, then click apply to save the setting. Okay, activating the remote management. So what is this? To access your router remotely, follow these types of instruction. Go to where? Go to your router administration panel. Visit the settings, then remote management is there, then turn remote management on and save the settings. Clear? Then gaining of visibility of who is connected. Okay, so how you are able to visualize who is connected. Access your router setting by inputting your router IP address into your browser. This one is common for all the things. Okay, so first you have to visit the IP, router IP, then log in with router username and your password, then go for my network. Okay, and it may also be under your attached device. If you see an unfamiliar device you do not think should be connected, then ban its MAC address. Okay, then for your changing the wireless band or channels or setting up your parental and employee controls. Okay, so these are some extra things are there, just like your before changing your wireless band and channel, carefully consider what would be most suitable for your needed. For example, if you have a few new type of router supporting 5 GHz band, this is probably a good choice for you, and as it will probably less crowded, this means it is a great option in densely populated areas. To change this setting, follow the instruction above to access your router setting and visit wireless setting. The same thing is there, whatever we did previously. Okay, and for your parental and employee control, setting up the filtering or monitoring controls is simple. These controls should be under your router settings. Keep though in mind that it may be have dedicated category within the system. In some cases you may want to download a specialized program to integrate with your router for more fine-tuned control. Okay, either way I had recommended setting up a PIN or password for access to this control, so user cannot change the setting themselves. Okay, now how to set up a network switch with a router. Okay, so modem is complete, then go for your network switch with a router. So if we have a small business or have a large house, sometimes a wireless network just would not cut it. By the time all devices have been connected, speed can be real issue, yes obviously, and connecting our devices via LAN is the preferred option to maintain and guarantee speed throughout our network. That means if we have less than 4 devices to use in one network, we can use one router connecting a modem and do not need to expand our network. However, when the number of devices is over 4, or a network switch is necessary. Okay, so we can use the network switch to expand our wired network with more ports, and there are various switches of different port count, such as 8 ports, 16 ports, 32 ports switch available in the market. Okay, so our router only has 4 LAN port. Okay, so now how to set or what to do? So well, the quickest or cheapest option is to add a network switch to your setup. Okay, so here you have to set up one network switch with a router. A network switch will take a connection from a single LAN port on your router and then provide a connection to the number of ports your switch has. So if you have purchased a network switch with 8 ports, we take a single port from your router to the switch, and then we can connect another 7 devices from the remaining 7 ports on your switches. Okay, so like such a manner you have to set up your network switch with your router. Then the manual step is there. Okay, now see, so before setup you have to follow these 3 type of steps. What are there? Step 1 is unplug all the power supplies of your cables, that is your modem, network switch and wireless. Okay, unplug all these devices, then connect your modem to the telephone wire. After that, connect one end of an Ethernet cable to the Ethernet port of on the back of the modem. Then plug the other end of the Ethernet cable connected to the modem and into your router WAN port. Now use another Ethernet cable to connect one of your LAN port in router to a network switch port. Now plug the power supplies of three devices, means your modem and router and network switches. Now after this setup, your network is expanded and you can connect more than 4 devices using the internet. All you need to use to connect additional devices to switch normal port with straight cable. Okay, so on before topic we already discussed about straight cable and cross cable also. Normally the connection order of the device is modem to router, router to switch, switch to device, and there are various switches of different port count as 8, 16, 32 like such a manner. Okay, so see this picture, like this funda you have to connect the modem with router and the switch. Okay, these are the Ethernet cable is there where the network switch is getting connected with your all system. This is one small network, that is your LAN, and this LAN is connected with your router and router is connected with your modem and you are accessing the internet. Okay, so here you got the idea about routing, switching and configuration of your modem, router, switch, and how to establish a network by using the modem, router and switch. Okay,